Everyone, this is Tuplex. Welcome back. I've had a few days off, busy with lots of stuff. So apologize for the delay, getting back at it here. One thing I've noticed is that in my circuit build now, our issue is basically a shortage of copper. Right, so right now I'm not making any modules right now, even though I should be. I still need a lot of them. So what I'd like to do is get more copper smelting. In fact, I think we might as well just go ahead and complete the other 3 copper smelting lines that we need over here. But before that, we really need a proper copper mine because we're not mining nearly enough copper to keep this base running. So that's what I want to start to set up today, and hopefully we'll finish it, but we'll see. All right. So firstly, I need to connect the copper with the main line here. Okay, and that can be achieved rather easily by doing that. How do we need to signal this? We don't really need to do a whole lot to signal it. A couple of regular signals will be fine. When you're splitting a rail, you really don't need a lot of signaling. You don't need to bother with chain signals and stuff. Because, if a train starts to go here and then stops there, it's not going to bother this section at all. So that's fine. It's really when they merge that you have to be a lot more careful with your signals. Okay. And then we'll have to put in a return line as well. And I'm just wondering, right now I don't have any need for a copper ore train to come from the north to the south. So I don't even really need to connect this to this side of the rail. So I'll just leave it like this. But that's where the return lines will go, obviously. Okay. So now I need to figure out where to get the copper from. Now, unfortunately, all the copper is over here on this side of the base. I mean, it's not really a problem, I suppose, but this big patch over here would be good. But as you remember, I didn't leave enough space up here for a supply rail. At some point, if I have to, I could just move my wall farther north. Okay, but for now, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to extend this set of rails first south, and then east, and then north. And then we'll have access to these copper patches. I could also get into this one here. This one's got 20 million, which is actually quite a lot, but it's not very big. And I'm using this for the starter base. So I think I'll just leave this the way that it is, and I'll access these copper mines over here. And here again, I've got 2 big copper patches very close to each other. This would be an ideal place to set up an outpost. So again, we might have to expand our walls at some point if we're not able to get enough resources. But in any case, the first task is going to be to extend the rail. All right, so let's get started on that. My personal train is up here, so I'm going to go jump in there, and we'll start laying rail. All right, put this in manual mode, and I'll drive it myself. Quick update on my dog situation. You might hear Paisley playing with her toy here in the background. Paisley is the new dog, the German Shepherd. She's doing great, actually. She seems to have acclimated to the household. She's much more comfortable and relaxed. You know, she's playing more energetically. Get off of there. Jumping up onto my furniture. So those are all good signs. And at first I think she thought that Cooper was a plaything, and she would try to get after him. You might say that she was attacking him. I think that's certainly how Cooper was viewing the situation. And unfortunately, due to insufficient canine control on my part, at one point she did get him. She didn't hurt him, but she scared him. At this point, though, she's pretty calm around him. She doesn't try to go after him anymore. She just kind of ignores him for the most part, which is good. The problem now, though, is that because she did scare Cooper at one point, he continues to be scared. And so now when she gets close to him, he's the one that's barking and snarling and trying to keep her away. So we still got some work to do before we can just let them both loose in the house without worrying about it. But we're making progress. Okay. I think I'm gonna leave this U-turn. So let's try to signal this so that we can leave that in place. So I'm gonna I got a junction there. No, actually let's put the chain signals. Let's put the signals on the and this one's not happy. Why is that? We're coming down here. I want that one to stop. Maybe I do need another chain signal right there. Okay, does that mean I don't need this one then? No, I need both. Okay. I'll stop there if there's a train going this way. Alright, I guess I'll just put chain signals everywhere. Okay. That should work. Alright. So let's start laying down some rails. And actually, I'm going to I think I might make a version of this rail without the power poles. No, I think I'll keep them. I'm going to need the power poles. Because I'm going to need to get to my outposts. And if I keep them there, even if I don't need them, at least it's not something I'll have to go back and do later. Okay, so it looks like we did a good job on the landfill here. And we're just going to run this almost, I mean, all the way to the other side of the base around the edge so that we can leave the interior portion of the base untouched, or at least not blocked. All right, I'm going to need more signals. Let's grab the power poles. I'll need lots of those. Okay. Oh, I should have prepared for a turn. All right, so we've got 1, 2, 3. All right, so there's three rail widths between the edge of the outpost and where we need to go, which is right here, right? Okay, so that goes there. 3 and there. And that goes there. Okay, and then we can continue along our way. One thing that I think is pretty interesting about the German Shepherd is that she, I gave her these rawhide chews. You know, they're like big pieces of rolled up beef hide that she likes to chew on, and so she'll chew on them for a while, and then she hides them around the house. I guess if she was in the wild, she'd be burying bones. But I think it's kind of charming that she hides these things for later, and then when she feels like enjoying it again, she'll go and get it from her hiding spot, which is like behind chairs and under pillows and things like that. All right, how are we doing? We still got a ways to go. Don't I have... Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I need to make a longer version of this so I don't have to paste so many times. All right, so that's 3 poles, or two sections. All right, so let's make one that's 6 sections long. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so this is like equivalent to 3 of those ones that I was just using. Hopefully this will make it go a little bit faster. At least until I run out of rail. What are we missing down here? Oh, okay. That's just for that. So I think we might need to... I'm guessing that we're going to need to tap into all of the copper. Okay. And now we need some signaling here, of course. Okay, so you want to go up there, which I don't have a problem with. There you go. And if we're coming down here, we're going to want those there. If you're going across, we're going to want those there. And if we're coming across this way, we're going to want these like that. And I might want to make this... I might want to give myself a path into the starter base from here too. So let's set that up. This power pole is going to be... Oh no, awesome. I was going to say it's going to be exactly in the way, but it's not. Okay, and how about coming south? Okay. And then I don't want this to get too busy, so what I'll do is, oops, copy. I'll copy this situation here. And so that way, if I need to get up there from the other direction, I'll give myself a place to turn around. Right, so we can put that right there. We'll need to move that power pole. Brilliant. Okay, we're getting closer. Okay, so I'll finish this section. And then I'm going to go back to resupply my train. We're doing good on power. We're using 2.5 gigawatts and we still have plenty of capacity. All right, let's see if this works. And it does. Awesome. I'm not going to be able to come back here though unless I really need to do like a 4-way intersection down there. All right, yeah, we'll build out that intersection, but I'll try to do it in such a way that it doesn't. I just don't want a lot of crisscrossing tracks, like all right here. So it might cause some traffic problems. All right, let me refill. I'm just going to take all the rail for myself. I'm going to take signals for myself. I'm going to take more rail for myself. And I've got mining drills. Let me get another stack or two of mining drills. Where are they? Here we go. Okay, we'll take 2 more. How we doing? Let's go, guys. Hurry up. Okay. Back to manual mode. Right turn? No, I don't want to turn there. All right, manual driving can be dangerous, so keep your eyes peeled for any other trains coming. Looking good. Okay. All right, now let's see how I can, yeah, see if I want to make a left turn here, it's not, making left turns kind of stinks, especially trying to make them through a 4-way intersection. All right, let me see if I got a 4-way in here. I do, and it's enormous. It's not going to fit there. I mean, I could just like bring a track down like that. That way I could go either direction when I'm coming out. Or I could just put another, why don't I just put another one of those U-turns down here. There. Now I should be able to get there. And I got a supply train stuck behind me. All right, so now if I want to go there, I come down here, I do the U-turn, and then I head back. Okay, not bad. Okay, back to copy-paste mode. There's a mod out there called Farl, you know, like Carl, but with an F at the beginning, F-A-R-L. It stands for Fully Automated Rail Layer, I think. And that can automate what I'm doing right now. You can it's got a special train engine that you use, locomotive. And then you can make blueprints for the rail design that you want, you know, with multiple lanes and power poles and concrete or whatever else you want to have included in it. And then you turn Farl on and you just start to drive the train and it'll automatically lay down rail in front of you as you go. At least that's the theory of it. In practice, I've never been able to get it to work very well. So I don't use it. But I know a lot of folks do like using it. All right, so let's do 1, 2, 3, and then there'd be a rail. 1, 2, 3, and then a rail. So this is where my rail would normally go. 1, 2, 3, and then a rail, and then 1, 2, 3, and then a rail. All right. I'm just going to, I want to try to not cover up that coal patch in case I need it. All right, so we're going to want to go north right here. I don't know if this is intersecting or not, so I'll just throw it down and, oh, okay, good. I didn't want my blueprint to get down here into the wall and stuff. Okay, so this is where we need to make our turn. So this would be, whoops, other way. Like that? No. Like that. There we go. Okay, and now we're getting close to where the copper is. Okay, so we'll get up here to this copper patch on the left, and we'll set up a mine right there. Okay, let's go 2 more segments, and then we'll put a U-turn up here. Okay, and I might as well just use this design so I can pass through it later, which I surely will. Actually, yeah, at this point I'll run to the right again. Yeah, I'll jog back over to the right. Really what I should have done is just fill this in and go straight across the water, but that's okay. It's not a big deal. Okay, so now I need a 2-to-1 intersection. Question is, do I want a stacker at the mine? Where's my iron mine? Yeah, my current iron mine has no stacker. Which is probably fine for that. I think here I might want to be able to handle more than one train at a time. Well, what we can do is let's put the drills on it. We'll see how many drills we get. From that, we'll be able to estimate how much copper per minute we're going to get from this mine. We can estimate how long the round trip takes, and then we'll know how many trains we need. Right? So we don't have to guess these things. We can use math. And I know some of you are probably thinking, I use math all day at school and at work. I don't want to use it when I'm playing Factorio. But I'm sorry to tell you that I think to truly master this game, you have to embrace the calculation side of things. Although being a casual player and you know, not calculating and having perfect ratios, that's completely fine. Nothing wrong with that at all. But for me anyway, that's actually something that I enjoy. I like figuring these things out. How many is that? That is 32 mining drills. With a mining speed of 0.5 and 30% productivity. All right, so 0.5 a second. Times 1.3 is 0.65 per second. Times 30 drills is 20 per second. It was 30, right? 32. Okay, well, it's still, a red belt is fine here. That's kind of what I was trying to figure out, if I needed to use blue belts. But red belt, in this case, will be able to carry all this ore without becoming completely saturated. Okay, so now we'll put in power poles. So I'll put that down there, and then I'll just copy that. And put put that down. And that should cover most of it. Yeah, we're going to need more up here. And we're going to need some over here. Okay, good. Let's throw in a radar. And let's connect it to power. And a light or two would be nice as well. I'll just throw a few in here. Yeah, something like that. I don't need to light up the whole thing, but mostly so we can see what's going on when we're looking at it in map view. Let's put another drill up there. Okay. All right, so now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 crud. It's hard to balance 5 belts. So what I'm going to do is merge these two, because I think these two together, that's 42. That might be, yeah, that might be too much for one red belt. Either way, I can't do much with 5. So it'll be a little bit oversaturated on that one belt. Or I could just go all blue belts from here. Yeah, why not? Okay. So let's get the rail connected. All right, so I'm going to want one of these. And I'll put it here. I guess it doesn't matter. That's too close. All right, we'll put it here. Okay, and how far out do we have to come for a 282? A little bit further. Okay, so that's where a 282 would be. I'll just put that there for reference. And if I wanted to have a second train, well, okay, yeah, let's go back to our calculations that we talked about. All right, so that's 130 drills at 0.65 per second. Okay, so 130 times 0.65. So that's 84.5 copper ore per second coming from this mine. One train holds 16,000, right? So let's do 16,000 divided by 84.5. That's 189 seconds to fill one train. So if a single train can make the round trip in 189 seconds or less, then one train will be enough. Right? So let's set up a train and time it. There's 2. I don't have enough train cars. I can make 2 more, and then I'm out of steel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. Let's make a little more steel. Yeah, there we go. one more. How many do I need for one of those cargo wagons? Ooh, 20. I don't have enough iron. Crap. Okay, well, here's what we can do. First, let's put that back. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I'll just put 3 engines. Or I'll just put 2. I mean, this will be a little bit faster than it would be normally, but it should be close enough. Right, close enough for government work, as they say. All right, so let's grab some fuel. I'll just steal some fuel from my own train. And so we'll make a trip there and back, and we'll time it. Now, we also need to, realistically, we would also need to consider how long it takes to load the train, but this will be a good approximation. And if it's really close, then we can try to set up a more accurate test and do it again. Okay, so what do we want to do? Let's call this, which copper mine is this going to be? That's copper 2 right there. That's copper 1 there. So this is going to be copper 3. So let's ID it on the map. And then we'll rename this to copper 3. All right, so let's put the train. We're going to go to copper, sorry, what did we name that? We're going to go to copper smelting until empty. And then we're going to go to copper 3 until full. Okay, so I'm going to set my stopwatch and we'll see how long it takes. And remember that 189 seconds is what we're looking for. Okay, so 3, 2, 1, go. All right. So we'll see how long this this round trip takes, and then we can add maybe 15 seconds on each end to load, and we'll see how long that is. So 189 seconds is 3 minutes and 9 seconds. All right, it's been 30 seconds so far. And I just realized I don't have a return line yet, so we'll just double however long it takes to get there. I think if we can get there in under a minute, we should be fine. Okay, so that's 55 seconds. All right, so I think a single train is going to be enough. Actually, here. All right, so you go back to copper 3. You have no path. Okay. Well, in that case, I'm just going to pick it up. Okay. And then I'll just have my train. I'll have my train go back home. And I'll meet it back there at the base. Yeah, So I'm thinking a single train from that outpost might be enough. Actually, if the single train ends up having to wait to get filled at the mine, then a single train is enough. But if the single train going back and forth nonstop, or if the single train can go back and forth without having to wait, you know, like if it's just loaded continuously and then as soon as it's done loading it leaves. If we see that occur and the chests there continue to increase, then that would indicate that we're mining faster than a single train can handle it, can take it away, and then in that case we could add a second train to that route, and then we would have to put in a waiting position over here. You know, we could do that by, you know, we could exit here and maybe have a little stacker. Maybe I should just do that. Exit here. Before I build up the loading part of it, we could exit down here, go into a vertical stacker for 2 or 3 trains, and then come up here to load, and then come out there. I think it'll be better just to plan for that. Because as we get more mining productivity levels done, then we're going to be mining faster. All right, so let's, oh, sorry. I have to do it from this view. I always get confused between the train view and the map view. Yeah, so let's just come down there. So I think I'll rebuild it with a little stacker. Again, two or three lanes. I'll do it with 3 lanes, and that way I'll have a place to park my train in case I need to go there at some point. And then we'll set it up with 2 trains on the route. I wish I had picked up more train engines so that I could set one up. Okay. So let's just kind of quickly lay this out. Yeah, so this is a vertical stacker that goes the opposite way that we want. All right, but we can copy 3 lanes of it anyway. So we can see where this would need to go. And before we do that, let's see. Okay, this is so we can figure out how far south to make it. 1, 2, 3. All right, and then we would need this. This is where they would come in off of the main rail. Yeah, so right there. No, sorry. They're going to come in off the main rail, and then we have to turn north. So it needs to be right there. That's where our stacker lanes need to go. Right, and then, okay. Like that. On the exit, we're only going to need to, when we exit here, we're only going to need to go back south again. So we don't need any of this. Right? Because we'll come in from down here, we'll go up, we'll get loaded, and then we'll come out here to go down to the copper mine, or the smelting area. chopping wood. Haven't done that lately. Okay, this goes there. And actually, again, we're only going to be coming in from the south, so we don't need this. Or that. Or this. Right, we only need that. All right, let me get to the head of the train because I have trouble driving from the back end of it. All right, so here we're going to go left. And then up here. Okay. Yeah, actually coming out, I will want a regular signal there. And then going in, got 2 signals there. All right, and this needs to go right there. And then I'm going to copy paste so I don't have to type in the name again. And that should be good. All right, so let's check. That's 2 engines. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nope, that's not right. I thought I had this configured to give me, to display 12. Train visualization length, 12. Yeah. So why didn't it show me 12? Okay. I guess I thought I had 12 and I didn't. Okay, so it's 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2. All right, perfect. And let's put, yeah, we don't need a chain signal going out. Do we? No. All right. I think this will work. All right, let's just make sure the return path works. We can go back to base. Yeah. Perfect. Okay. Well, that's going to do it for today, everybody. Thanks a lot for watching. Appreciate it as always. And in the next episode, we'll finish setting up the copper mine. We'll get 2 copper trains set up from there to smelting, and then we will start to finish building the copper smelting area. Until then, have a great day. Bye-bye.